Hey everybody, it's Cindy from Create Change. We're just getting ready to get started. Just waiting. Welcome everybody. All right. Just waiting for Nathan and Chyler to get on and we'll start. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. And I hope you had a good weekend. All right, just 1 second. Sometimes there's always a little delay. I always appreciate your patience here. This is the toughest part of these lives, is just getting them started, but we'll be ready in a minute. Yeah, chat amongst yourselves. Thank you. That's very nice of you, Deb. I appreciate that. Oh, I think I see him. Just 1 second. All right. Just going to take a second to connect and we will be good to go. And there they are.
Guys.
The stars of the
Memorial
show.
Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, lives make you so happy. They make us happy too. We enjoy being. Look at her. Awesome.
Don't touch, because I worked very hard for this.
I won't touch.
I've done, so you can see how hard I'm working and dealing with the grow out and my blonde / gray / whatever color that is.
He's not gray.
It's ash. I've got a braid going, yeah. I've got a banana clip, and I've got 2 Tinkerbell
Oh, you can see right there.
clips. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
You look
I
beautiful.
can't. Thanks, Cindy.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jada.
There you go.
Yay.
You just made Jada's day.
Don't touch.
I can't.
Hi. Yes. Look what happened. See, what happened was we've been doing a lot of grilling because we're home and we're just working on
And I love the barbecue.
our cooking skills.
I'm actually pretty amazing, but unfortunately, I just had a dumb moment.
Yeah, it was a cutting through a steak, a beautifully cooked steak, where the knife kind of slipped a little bit. His finger went on the blade. So, unfortunately,
I had to glue it. I didn't go to the doctor because I didn't want to go to the hospital.
But you don't have to.
Yeah, but I got it pretty good.
Yeah.
So yes. But anyways, so I can't touch it. So, like,
don't touch me.
Yeah.
I worked hard.
That's
Like
okay.
dry shampoo.
I just tell people, I know that everybody's just so happy to see you. And one of the things that we should mention is you guys are kind of in a more rural area. So that sometimes makes it so the picture's not as crystal clear as we like, but we can hear you crystal clear and we can see you. So I just kind of want to give people the heads up. If you're a little blurry sometimes, that's why. We're just happy to see you.
Is it better right now?
It's a little bit. I can tell which one's Nathan and which one's Chyler.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Oh, man. Crap. It shouldn't be that.
No.
Yeah, guys, seriously, you have no idea. This man has tried so hard with so many different. We have like 5 dishes on our roof right now.
We look like a spaceship. Our house is a spaceship.
To try to just get stupid internet working, and so I'm sorry. Oh, yes, Cindy was swirling there for a second.
Well,
so you can see Chyler's awesome face. This old thing. So yeah, I'm sorry guys if we're in and out and you need us to repeat anything.
We could retry real quick. I could just double check the network.
Yeah.
Why not?
You want to try?
Why not?
Okay.
We're so come on, like. Okay, Cindy, tell them my favorite thing I like to barbecue. Figure it out.
Okay. All right. So, all right, we all have 3 guesses of what his favorite thing is to barbecue. So anyway, we shall try again. These guys have been working so hard on their internet. So we are going to try again. But like I said, I know you'd rather see them blurry than not see them at all. So it's just going to hook up here again in a second. So patience is our virtue. In the meantime, guess what he likes to grill? I see the waiting for him. This is always, like I said, the fun part. Here they are. Oh, look at, there you are.
We're trying something. Hello. We're trying something
You're
else.
pretty clear now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can see you clear now.
That might be better. He's upstairs trying to fix something. Isn't it hilarious? Some people just work like this. Some people work like this. Some are just like, hey.
It is so, Chyler, they would rather see you. They'd rather see you this way than not at all.
Yeah, so I think it might be a little bit better, love. We're working on it. I'm also going to try to bring this in. Oh, super clear now. Oh, good. Yeah, oh, that's just my hand. Hang on. I'm just going to bring it in a little bit.
We have the best edits. Can someone please edit all the beginnings and all the craziness that we do?
Don't do that.
Somebody please do it. And like put some music to it. Not an EOE song though, but like something really funny.
I would
just love, come on, somebody can do it. Just take all the moments, the hand, the this, that.
Oh, I just gave some really
every time I go to turn off, I'm always like, you know, one of those.
Yeah.
So yeah, someone's going to use that right there.
That's okay.
Like
everybody always gets my big thumb on the screen, so it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. We're all real people here. No,
Yeah.
no real production.
Right.
That's right.
Damn it.
So.
Well, we know that you've got to show our thumbs, so you can't play any music, but we've got plenty of questions for you. But I know also you guys, we talked a little bit this morning. We wanted to chat a little bit about the fact that it's Memorial Day and what a significant day that is. So I'm going to turn that over to you, Nathan.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, obviously, you know, this is a day of remembrance.
Yes.
And you can use that too, by the way. Now I just did that.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on. No, but really, you know, I know this in the United States is not like really recognized around the world, but we want to take a moment and, you know, for everybody that has family and, you know, or has lost a loved one or something.
Papa.
Yeah, my dad did as well. Papa served, you know, in a couple wars actually, but you know, it's just to take a moment and extend that our hearts to everybody out there.
We're grateful.
We're absolutely grateful, and so to you know, from us all in the States to everyone across the world, you know, our heart goes to you, and we love you, and you know, we're appreciative, thankful. So
yes,
yeah,
yes, absolutely. And then also before we get into the questions, maybe we chat a teeny bit about last week's Slay List, which was a smash hit.
Yeah, like smash hit, and I think, you know, kind of talking, we were like just going through everything. It was so cool because the songs on this like Slay List, it's got to be by far the most eclectic like playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
But that's what's so brilliant about it is because, you know, there's really no method to the madness of the order of it. We took all your guys' songs and put them on, you know, and so, you know, it wasn't about trying to make the perfect playlist. It's about that like unique identity of each one of us, you know, like, and celebrating each one of us. So I can't thank you enough, all of you that were involved. And I think there was only a few songs I could not find, including Sorry But Falling Slowly was put out there for us to, you know, the version we do, which I was like, yeah, no. But I couldn't, we don't have that one on Spotify.
Oh, we might have this on that one boat, the one in, was it in New York, New Jersey, when we were like, take this boat,
yeah,
the boat was
that
like,
was a crazy concert.
Story,
Let's
but...
not talk about it. No, actually it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
But just, you know, it's just, I'm so proud of everybody. And, you know, this has been so much fun the last, I don't know how many weeks at this point. Cindy, you probably wouldn't be able to tell me right away, but it's just absolutely so much fun. And it's been nine. Week it's been incredible to share the journey with you. Even though we're all over, spread across the globe, it's like, I definitely feel, I know Chyler does too, and everybody at Create Change, we just feel so connected, you know, interconnected with all of you. And thank you for participating. And if you haven't had a chance to do it yet, it's really simple. You just follow the hashtag to-do list, check out Create Change, follow Create Change, socials, and let's just have some fun with it. I know we got a really cool hashtag to-do list coming up, starting tomorrow. I'm very excited about that.
It's Monday.
It is Monday.
Hashtag what?
Yeah, right. It's all one long day. No.
Yeah.
No. So, but thank you so much. And I really do, through that playlist, obviously we're, celebrating and raising awareness for kind of, fighting the stigma that goes with, mental health and whatnot. And obviously, Chyler deals with that. I deal with it to a certain extent as well, even if it's from that place of support. But, we want to kind of fight that stigma. And I think the uniqueness of our playlist says it all. And the songs are absolutely amazing. We have songs from all over the world. So we have, there's different languages, there's world music, there's like some, obviously amazing pop song stuff. There's covers of pop songs.
Yeah, really
there's
cool
just so much good stuff. So, I know Spotify gives you that really crazy, link. It's never, you can't personalize your link, don't personalize your username. So just go on to Spotify and search up Create Change. You'll see everything and follow the playlist. Check it out. You might find a couple new artists that you really like, or you might have some comment with other people out there. So I really enjoyed it. I think it was like 152, 57, something like that we have on there. And there was that I couldn't find. And again, one of those was ours, but I tried. I tried like 10 different ways.
You did good, baby. You did real good.
Yeah, you did really, really good. So yeah, that was a fun one. And also the other thing is I think we probably have at least 7 decades or 6 decades for sure represented on that. So not only, this eclectic world music, different genres, but, some real cool oldies on there too. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Artists that I hadn't even heard, and I don't know why I hadn't heard them. I'm like, where have I been hiding? Like, because there's some really good, like,
at home.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're all getting a little cabin fever. All right. Well, let's get into some questions because I know we've got a lot of them. So I'm going to start with, I always like to start with a few of the fun ones, and then we'll get into some of the more, I don't know, maybe a little deeper questions. But here's one for both of you. This is from Nana in Japan, and she wants to know what 3 words best describe you. And maybe we could twist that, and you could say what 3 words best describe each other.
Oh, now that's messed up, Cindy.
Oh.
Wait, hey. No. That's 3. I say, I look, I'm going to speak for myself so I don't get in trouble. Okay. There's a lot of things to say, and some of them probably are not appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. So, but I will say, sorry. I will say, for myself, definitely, like connection or connectivity, encouragement, and, third word. A third word.
Well, gifted.
Well, I'll take that.
Well, don't
yes.
it.
No,
I was gifted in the way that you are, but you are gifted in your vision, and you're gifted with, like you said, you can kind of combine the connectivity and encouragement. And everybody and anybody who's gone to, an EOE show or anything that we've done live or, whatnot, they know that about you. You're very
transparent.
Yeah, well, I was going to say fatherly, but I don't want it to come across as
absolutely,
like,
and more and more every day with all these grays coming in.
I want to come across,
which I'm very proud. I'm still. I don't really even care to be.
No.
I'll be everyone's dad that needs a dad. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I actually love being in that position as someone that can just, I do wear my heart on my sleeve, and that's more than 3 words. Yeah. So, but. I wouldn't say I pride myself in that, but I truly enjoy that, and I enjoy doing that when we do the live shows, and I enjoy being that way, you know, I'm the same person that I am, you know, here at home that I am out there on the road or at an event, or online right now, like on, you know, on live. So I'm giving you so much time to figure out your
3 words.
I know.
I know.
I'm
really
buying
grateful.
you time.
I'm really grateful. Because one of them I would think of is
Beautiful.
eccentric.
Funny.
Hilarious.
That's 2.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe a little hyphen to be 1.
Witty.
There you go.
I'm a mama. Just like
Perfect.
your papa. You know?
Those are perfect answers. Very good. Okay. So let's see. Here's another one. I like this one. This is kind of sweet. They're all nice. Oh, and by the way, I've seen people ask how they can ask questions. You can just DM them to us on social media, on Instagram, and I capture them all. But here's one. This is from Ingrid in Romania. And she says, you may not have capes, but you are real life superheroes for most of us because you inspire us every day. So my question for you is, if you really could be superheroes, what would your names be and what would your superpowers be?
Name. I know my superpower. My superpower, I would want to have the power to heal. Like physically heal. I mean, like an empath.
Yes.
You know, I am kind of already an empath, but I mean, like, you know, physically. I have to. I don't want to be like the healer because I think I could come up with something better.
The healer. No. Wow. That was terrible.
I'm gonna come up with my name. I'll come up with it, but you have to think of it.
So I have to think of yours?
Of yours. You're on. I'm gonna think of my name.
Okay. So me, I guess, okay, it would definitely have to do with music. Like, you know, I think it'd have to be like a bar that's literally on fire. That it can like, you know, woo people and make them like the people like not do evil things. Well, that wasn't that kind of woo.
Oh.
It wasn't like woo. That's like ghostly. I'm talking more like woo. Yeah, I don't know. But and you know, but then if you know they still weren't listening, whatever, then I would just put like fire out of my guitar. Apparently, obviously, fun, right? That'd be amazing. Lightning bolts, maybe? No.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't know if I'd actually want to have superpowers, like literally, like coming out of my fingers or something. I think that'd be kind of weird. Okay, well that's okay. Anyways.
Oh Lord.
After hours. No. Okay. So no. I think yeah. But I would like to have like a a weapon or like some sort of So it has to be the guitar. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They could like strum some chords and like break down or like yeah. So Man of Mischief. I don't know. That would be that's a terrible name.
Mischief Man.
Yeah.
But then that sounds bad. Like you're naughty.
I know. So
why not?
I don't know. What would it be?
I don't know, like the Restorer. That sounds bad. I was trying to think of like the Restorator, but that sounds like
Roto-Rooter.
Cleaning up shit all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, coming up with the name's hard. That's okay. We got your superpowers.
Great question.
I do. Let's see here. Okay, I've got some more, and this one is kind of tied to, well, a couple of them are tied to a little bit about our to-do list tomorrow. It's a little bit of a hint, maybe. I don't know. So this one's for you, Chyler. First of all, there was a hashtag out yesterday. You are loved, CHY. And a lot of people were telling us about that yesterday when we posted that we were going to go live. So kind of tied to that, one of the questions we got is related to your work on Supergirl. And it's, what do you like most about working on a show that makes a difference, inspiring young girls and showing the feminine strength and power? And that is from Emma in Argentina.
What I love the most is the people that I work with, because every single person that is on the show is very much in the same, has the same idea and heart behind what we're doing. We're not just showing up, you know, to hit our marks and to, you know, get hair and makeup done and to just do your job and go home. We're there on, you know, on purpose. And what I love is that, you know, superpower doesn't have to have one face, and we represent so much in the show, aliens or not. We have so many different people from all walks of life, the characters, but also the actual people that we work with. Our actors are just phenomenal, and I feel like what we do genuinely brings representation to every person on the planet, because all the different ways that we come together and can, you know, convey our hearts. And, you know, but that also extends to our writers, to our producers. Greg Berlanti, whose birthday just passed, it's an entire team, and it's not often, and I say this, and a lot of us as the actors on the show have said before, but it's really genuinely true. There are so few times when you work with a cast that everybody gets along and then it becomes a family. And so, you know, we have our WhatsApp group that we check in, you know, especially right now. And sometimes, you know, because everybody is doing their thing and family if they can or whatnot, you know, we're definitely checking in on each other and making sure that everybody's okay. And that's what we want to do in general. And I feel like, you know, with Melissa, who she is and what she stands for, I've never met anybody like her. I've said in so many ways, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. This girl is absolutely, truly one of a kind, and she loves what she does, and she's grown tremendously. And I've watched her, you know, from a young woman to a very strong woman who her convictions are solid, and what she's doing and coming out with things that she's speaking about, you know, with domestic violence, you know, really using her position of power platform that she has for good. And that's what everybody on our show is doing. Like genuinely, we have so many people with a mission, and it really, I think, sets us apart because we are, again, we don't do anything in vain and we don't take it for granted. And so I think we're doing a really good job to represent as much as we can, not just, you know, the strength of women, but the strength of everybody. And hopefully that comes across. Danvers Sisters it's my favorite part of the whole show. Of course, the OGs that we have with David, myself, and Melissa. We're just so grateful to be still rocking and look forward to just keep doing good for the world.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's a really good answer. And I have to tell you, as somebody who absolutely adores my siblings, I think that representation is probably my favorite part of the show as well, because I mean, you see it on television, but there's just something that's so special about that. And it really makes me, you know, like I said, I just love my brother and sister so much. And so I thank you for that representation. It's cool. All right. So now I have one for you, Nathan. And this is from Victoria in Brazil. And
hello.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I was just saying hello to Victoria. Still.
Got it. Okay. So we all know the power of the music. And with that said, I have to say that EOE songs had a big impact in my life, especially Lost Transmission. And I know that I'm not the only one who feels that way. So I want to know, how does it feel to know that your music changed lives like this? And when you are creating them, do you expect that reaction?
Wow. Well, Victoria, first off, it's a great question. And thank you so much for, you know, allowing me to be a part of your life. And especially, it sounds like in a very special way. It's, you know, I don't think that you can ever put an expectation on, you know, what the music's going to do. Because I don't think, you know, you got to be able to be free to express yourself as an artist. And, you know, the music that I put out, it's a choice, you know. I can definitely kind of go more, you know, pop or mainstream with things, but I just really love the road less traveled in my life. And I feel like, you know, it's part of my purpose as an artist to be able to use the power of influence that I have to, you know, as it's tattooed on my arm, music is medicine for the soul. And so it's a kind of a harder path to, you know, to take, but I'm okay with that because of things like this, Victoria, like for so many others, like, you know, I've heard countless stories of just incredible, you know, like, I guess about faces for people when they, you know, listened to a song and been in a really dark place or, you know, needed some encouragement. And to hear, it is so rewarding to hear that people, you know, turn to EOE music, you know, amongst others. I'm just glad that I can be a part of that journey for people. But it really is something that I feel so honored and, you know, so thankful, so grateful to be, you know, a part of your life in that way. And so that's why I do what I do. I don't think I would answer your question completely, but I will say this much. You're loved, and you need to know that. And, you know, every day I do think about the fact I love what I do because with music, regardless of it's just about that person. And it might just be that, you know, it's like I write these songs from a place of relatability, you know, whether it's my life or it's someone else's story and that I'm sharing, but I try to bring it down to a simple level of just humanity and, you know, make it relatable, simple enough, but, you know, always have that light at the end of the tunnel because, you know, life is, it's fickle, and, you know, it's very interesting, you know, dynamic, I guess, in life. It's one moment it's up, one moment it's down. I don't know what's, you know, waiting for you or what's ahead of you. But that also is part of the adventure of life and you know, how we know that we're alive, you know, and so you have to take the good with the bad. And I just try to express that through the music because, you know, I want to be able to share that message of hope that, you know what, look, I have super down days a lot, right? I went through a massive depression for over the past 2 years. Like it's something I didn't recognize ever as depression. And my team here with Create Change, which is really my family, you know, we're so patient to let me discover that and figure it out for myself. But once I did, you know, it was kind of like, it just, I want the music to be able to give that to everyone at the same time. I want you to be able to rest for a second and take a moment and just listen to the words and relate it back to your own life. And so the countless stories and testimonies and stuff, I'm just so proud of the work that I've done, and I'm going to continue to do it, you know, until I can't strum anymore. You know, and if I can't strum, then I'll figure out another way to do it. Maybe I'll just start DJing. But a sin. But yes, hopefully that somewhat answers your question in about 50 different. But yes, thank you so much. And hey, there's more to come.
Well, and I think I've got kind of like two final questions, and they kind of tied together a little bit. So the first one is from Emily in Maryland, and she wants to know what your favorite part about meeting new people from all around the world is. And then kind of tied to that is from Talia in Australia. She wants to know what your favorite part about running the Create Change program is. So
I
can answer the first one real quick.
Okay.
The hugs. I love the hugs.
Yeah.
Hugs. Like that to me is just, you know, there's something so powerful about that connection. I know right now it's a little odd probably to even say that, you know, yeah. But at the same time, you know, there's so much that is, I think, you know, given and received, you know, in a, you know, respectful embrace and you know, there's just something about connection that we're all human, and I just love the hugs. I get all warm and fuzzy inside. I just think about it because you know, there's sometimes, you know, when we've done, you know, the concerts before and stuff, it's like sometimes you go up and you hug someone and you get so much out of it, and you know, likewise it's kind of that exchange. And sometimes, you know, I'll be happy one moment and then I hug somebody and they start crying and I start crying. So I think it's just that that kind of connectivity. To me, that is the thing that I love the most. I really, really do. It's just something, and I guess being kind of a bit of an older guy, it's just kind of nice to kind of, be a safe place, I think, for people, because I know a lot of people have gone through a lot of things, and maybe your relationship isn't great with your father. So I've got a lot of fatherly love and fatherly hugs to give that, it's just, it's cool. I really love that. Just as much as I love doing the music, I love the hugs.
I would say ditto to a huge part of that. And I think one thing that's really encouraged me is seeing the growth with so many of you guys, like just watching these blossoms that were so tightly bound, but didn't realize that they were a blossom. And, each time we got to see you guys and each time we got to be a part of your journey, your life, even if it was for that, hour and a half, 2 hours, well, shit, sometimes like all, but it's, but honestly, like each and every time we got to see, yeah, there were struggles, but you got to see our struggles too. Like it's an exchange. Understand that, look, we're only human and we can only do, our best at any moment, but to watch, like, it is, again, it's like children and peers, and even, others that are older than us that we get to see grow, and you can see like weight lifted off their shoulders. And I'm watching some, even the comments that are popping up right now, catching them every once in a while, attention. But, so many of you are just like these beautiful poppies that have opened up, and, butterflies. That's hence why I made that shirt, and we designed that shirt, because it's really significant. And I've said it before, I mean it, because it holds so much. It's so dear to me because that's also part of my journey. And I'm grateful that we've been able to be a part of yours. But I just love the fact that, you guys are so trusting and you're so courageous, you're so brave, that you are able to, again, be able to find it and not just find it with us, but within each other. And I think that kind of ties in a bit to the create change, side of the question too, and why we love, doing what we're doing.
We feel like with create change, it's all about you. It's all about, it is a community, based mission and vision, but it's not about numbers. I'm very much against numbers, and, for many, but, and nothing against, the church, but we've been Christian for a long time. I'm thankful because I've grown so much because of that, but at the same time, because of community, I learned the value of community really in that place. But I also learned the flip side of it, that when you're focused on numbers, people get left behind, and that's not what we're about. I mean, we can't, we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes, and we're going to do things that maybe you don't agree with, and but we try to base everything we do based off this idea of a community-led organization, and that's really what we're about, is we want to see each individual person change. Because I think if you're ever going to see, if we're ever going to see the end of poverty, or see these things seem so monumental and so big, or ending world hunger or clean water. I mean, things that seem it should be so simple, and there's been so much money, and it's not to take away from anybody that's doing it. In fact, we're all about that, and we're so thankful for everybody that is, and all the organizations that are doing these things. But take those things, it's like, why hasn't this changed? And I know maybe you say, well, it's a broken world. You can just write it off like that. I disagree, because I think, somewhere down inside, I think we have to be willing to change ourselves. Like, we have to continue to be for life. We have to continue to be willing to grow and be challenged. And sometimes even when you think you're right, you know what? If you're right, then great. It's going to add to you anyways. It should strengthen you, but it doesn't mean you don't listen to someone. And I think with Create Change, you know, we kind of go back to the saying that Gandhi had, which was, you know, you be the change you want to see in the world, right? You know, and that's really what we're focused on. And I feel like, you know, it kind of started with, you know, obviously this small crew that we have for Create Change, but it did start with, you know, a vision that just kind of I had overall, you know, just with the music. It was like, you know, in wanting to touch lives and help people as best as we could. And it's not about my legacy. I'm not looking to have a legacy. That will write itself, right? I'm not worried about me. But I know while I'm here, even though I might not know why I'm here, you know, or how long I'm going to be here, where I came from, where I'm going, it doesn't matter. The point is, for me right now, it's about being here and what can help make the world a better place. And, you know, we kind of expanded on that vision, not kind of, you know, with Create Change. And it's exciting to have my lovely wife with me, and so, you know, such a support, and obviously a huge integral part to it as well. But to have Angelo, who, by the way, did a killer, you know, just to put it out there, did a killer design on that, on the poppies to butterflies, you know, that's a perfect example actually, because, you know, she wrote out, you know, from poppies to butterflies, and then I sat there and sketched, you know, all the pieces, all the artwork, but then Angelo was like, okay, here's this, what do you think? And he's like, I love it. I'm like, great, so can you like design it and put it all together? And then he took it, and I remember like a couple days later seeing it and going like, oh my gosh, this is incredible.
It's so cool.
Which is about transformation. It's about changing, right?
Yep.
And there's a message of hope in that as well. Yep. So I don't know if you wanted to speak to Create Change.
Well, I think, you know, kind of bouncing off of what you said, and it's like community, even if you weren't here, you know, we've talked about church before, but like, you know, community, church, spirituality, whatever those look like to you, they're not meant to be contained within the four walls of a building. That's not the point. It's like, yeah, you can go in and go out, but it's what you do when you get outside, or it's what you can do even if you already are on the outside, feel like you're on the outside. It's finding those like-minded people. It's finding people that believe in the same believe in. You can call it whatever you want. You can hang up whatever you want on your walls. It doesn't matter. There's no judgment. And if you can't figure that part out, then I don't know what to say.
Well, it's community and connection is really what I think is the heartbeat of life, you know, and that's what we're trying to bring to the forefront and to, you know, front and center, is that you all get a chance to experience that some way, shape, or form, regardless of what you believe or who you are or whatever, that you could find that within our community can find, you know, someone to connect to it and to build that with, you know, albeit all together, you know, through social media and things that we have today to be able to do it, but also on a personal level, you know. And it might be reconnecting with an old friend. It might be reconnecting, you know, with a family member. Those are that's what it's all about. It's about creating change. That's why it's called Create Change. Charity Pulse to create change.
That's right.
We want to help you to create your own world, your community, in your daily life. In turn, it's like I always talk about you know, you think about the wedding, the champagne pyramid. You know, they don't start at the bottom and pour in the bottom ones, you know, to go all the way to the top. They pour the top one and it overflows, right? You know, two become one, overflows, and then that fills up those glasses below, and those trickle over. That's the idea behind what we're doing, as from a visual standpoint. We just want to pour into your lives really good fucking champagne.
Ooh. Perfect.
Party.
Yes, and we all heard Link Winder back in the background there. So I think Chyler's going to go get him to say hi. So anything you want to take another question, or you kind of have a message to wind down? How do you want to go, Nathan?
No, I think we definitely do another question, and you know, keep the questions rolling in for next week, because these are all amazing questions. And you know, sure, we might not get to all of them, being that I can't play right now. I think, you know, it's like I love spending the time with you guys, you know, through this, and thanks Instagram. Love that check mark. And he's not check mark. It's I don't know what it is, but anyways, kidding. You know, there you go. Hi.
Yeah, there he is.
Hey, look, buddy. Guy. I see. Look. Oh, there's the big guy.
That's perfect. That's our mascot. Okay, so we'll have one final question for you. And this is from Jada in Long Island, in New York. And she said, what would you guys say has been the most rewarding part about being in quarantine? And what's been the hardest part of being in quarantine? And what are some of the things you're looking forward to or that you do when things get tough?
Yeah. The most rewarding part has been the time spent together. For me, I mean, I know we could both agree, but for me personally, because when I'm working, I mean, this is 10 months out of the year, and I'm in the house, I'm out of the house, I'm gone, I'm checking in, checking out, and I'm trying to, I'm wearing so many hats and be a part of so much that I can, but I have, limitations. And so, and then when my, hiatus is, that's when the kids, basically go right back to school. So it's sort of like I feel like I'm always missing out a little bit. Not to say it in a bad way, but right now having this much time, it's priceless, because I feel like we're building memories. Well, I know that we're building memories that are going to last forever. It won't just be the time that we were all stuck in quarantine. Not for everybody, because I know everybody's situation is different. I want to be very sensitive to that. But it's also a time of where we've grown in some way, where we've lost in some way, but where we can, try to garner new hope and take up something new you've never done, and be adventurous, and learn to love yourself more. Like there's been so many opportunities to personally be able to grow. At the same time, it's a lot of time that I've had to deal with myself, which is not easy. My mind runs like, a gazillion miles a second, and I think so much I can't even think about what I'm thinking about. Um, and so there's the major struggle with that. And so that's kind of been a really big balancing act for myself, as Nathan obviously knows.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to keep, positive, but there's so many questions. There's more questions than there are right now. And for somebody who really thrives in a sense of security, it's definitely a time where you go, oh my gosh, I can't even think, a month in the future right now, because I don't know what's going to happen. And things could turn around real quick or not. And so because of that, I tried to be as even keeled as I can. And that has been extremely difficult for me lately. But gratefully, I have my husband, who is the greatest gift to my whole life.
Well, I have a lot of moments though too. It's been a struggle in a lot of ways, just as you all would know, and everyone is, like I think you said it beautifully, like being sensitive to everyone's situation is different, but at the same time, I do believe that there's a big part of this, current journey that we're on in some way, shape, or form, experiencing together. There is a great underlying, opportunity to pull together, to join together, like we are right now. And these are the moments that I absolutely cherish. It's this, not, the fact that we're sitting here doing a live, with you, Cindy, and all these people, and the hearts and all that. But every single one of those hearts that I see go up, like right now, yeah, keep them coming. Really cool. You know what it makes me think of is, it's not like, oh, they like us. It's not that. I see it, each one of those hearts represents one of you. Yeah. Exactly. And so, and just like those hearts going up on the side right now, like, to know that you're present, to know that you're here, that you're heard, that's what matters the most. And, so though that's like the biggest thing for me. On the flip side of it, the harder thing is, being someone that does kind of, that is outspoken.
The wolf, I love it.
Who's going to win that race? The wolf, for sure. although I might take a shortcut, a very long shortcut. No. But, you know, it is, you know, being somebody that is, you know, kind of by default, you know, I'm set to always try to find that silver lining. And there's been days it's been really hard to find it, you know, and Chyler's been a huge support in that for me as well. But then I always try to like tiptoe because, you know, on eggshells, because I don't want to ever rock the boat for her or the kids. And so, you know, and it's dealing with each person and allowing them to go, you know, in our family, to allow them to go through and process. You know, we have some really good days all together, and then there's some days where, you know, one of our kids is in tears all day long and can't figure out why, and they're like, "What's wrong with me?" And they're like, "There's nothing wrong with you," and trying to understand, you know, we're all finally together, but we can't go anywhere, you know, and
we're all like the same in one way, shape, or form. Just really great and really exhausting.
Yeah, and you can only watch so much Netflix. I mean, you know, it's like
it's true.
But you know, you kind of. And you take the good with the bad, you know, and we will get through this together. What that'll look like on the other side, no one knows. But you know, I don't like the term personally "new normal" because I don't.
What was normal anyway?
Yeah, it's like there's nothing normal about this life as it is. So I think we could throw that. Maybe it's a little new, but isn't it new kind of all the time? I mean, how many times you get to, you know, what is Year's Eve, and it's like, this is gonna be the best year, and everyone starts working out, or maybe you've been working out.
2020.
Yeah, well, or 2019 or 2018. I mean, it's not a doomsday scenario, but it is just kind of like you gotta appreciate the here and now. Appreciate this moment right here, not even just this day. It's like this moment right now, and that is where you got to pull from, because you don't know what the next moment brings. And so, you know, we're just grateful, you know. And again, coming together, all of us together like this it's just as not edifying. I'm trying to think of the word.
No, edifying is a good word.
Edifying.
A good word for it. Yeah.
No, but you know, to have this exchange, you know, because just as much as you might take from it, we do too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
I just thought about something.
Go for it.
You know the fable, the hare and the tortoise? We're the wolf and the sloth. Like, if that's not indicative of our life, normal, take that, Aesop. You know what I mean? It's like, I was totally listening to what you said.
No, that's great. I appreciate what you said. I'm glad you just commercial break there. That was really good.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the show. But the other thing I'd say, one thing that I'm just super mindful of when everything first broke out with this, you know, the pandemic and all this stuff, I found myself literally, you know, I like to read the news, and I'm grateful to have information, and, you know, a knowledge base for everything going on. But I did find at some point, like, it really sort of messed my head. So for what it's worth, little, you know, maybe just a little PSA on the side here for you guys is, like, one thing that would, you know, is really good is take it in doses. Don't spend too much time just focusing on the news, because if any one thing's going to get you down, you know, that's an easy way to do it. I'm not saying to avoid it, but I'm just saying, like, you know, get the information you want to get or you need.
Yeah.
You know, and then you start feeling that sense of, like, unsettled, you know, kind of feeling. Maybe it's time to you know, turn to your favorite Netflix, or, you know, go do something, go create some music, or paint something, or
that inspire you. And take up something new, something different. Stay safe. Make good choices. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and
most importantly, take care of yourself mentally.
Yes.
You know, because, like, mental health is so very important, especially right now. You know, because there's so much. There's a lot of negativity, and, you know, there's nothing against media, you know, or the big news conglomerates and all that stuff. But at the same time, you know, they know what sells. You know, and so it's like, I can sell you on fear, and so it's like you look at the headlines and it's like, oh no, and it's like, you know. And if you read 4 or 5 of them, all of a sudden you're like,
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. Like, you're just like, life's over as we know it. It's not true. So just take it, it's just find that balance. Get the information you need, take a break from it, do something. Or if you do read a lot, like me, I read a ton, right? Whether it's reading articles in the news, or if it's, reading, learning something, or like reading a novel or something, I'm constantly like devouring stuff. And so just make sure that you offset it, It's like you need little pepper's good. I like spice. Put some salt in there too. A little salt and pepper, they work really well together. So
we've been cooking a lot. And one thing that I will mention with that, actually, I'm really glad that you said that, because
we should just go for the longest Instagram live stream ever.
Poor Cindy. No, one thing that I really, really like to encourage you guys again too, I know you guys know that I'm a part of Vocal Speak Up. They have put on their website a whole page specifically about COVID-19 to give information, up-to-date facts, but more importantly, to give you guys resources on how to deal with the information that you are reading. So it's kind of like learning how to take it, no pun intended, but in doses, and being able to do something that is guarded and guided and with mental health at the helm of it. And so if you are looking for something and you don't want, to be terrified, but you want to be informed, go to bevocalspeakup.com, and we're working with them as well. So they wanted, it's just important.
Yeah, and it's not a plug or anything.
No.
I mean, look, there's a lot of resources. If you have a different one, that's great. Maybe share that with a friend as well. But this is something we stand behind because we really do believe in.
Yeah, we're not a part of Be Vocal Speak Up just for the sake of being a part of something. It's dear to my heart, and it's inherently dear to his as well because of what they stand for, and they're wonderful. And so just wanted to throw it out there because they do have a whole new section about that. So
no, that's wonderful. And it's a really great resource. I agree with you. Because sometimes we do get questions, or we're not mental health experts, but it's something that's deep and, it is deeply meaningful to all of us. And so I think that Be Vocal Speak Up is a great resource for people to look at. And so thank you for sharing that. And I think that's kind of a really nice way to wind up the Q&A piece here. We've got so much to look forward to the coming weeks, starting with our to-do list tomorrow and Feeling Good Friday, and so many things, guys, that Nathan and Chyler and Angelo and Deb have been working so hard on for our organization. And I just can't wait to share it with you in the coming weeks with you guys.
So, and we had a meeting this morning. Everything is going so great with the new website. We're so excited about it. I have personally kind of, steered us in a slightly longer trajectory, I guess, in a sense, just because, we could launch on June 1st, but I want to really make sure that this experience is beyond, anything you guys could have imagined. And we have so many new things in play, and we do have a small knit team, and we're growing immensely, which is great, because we want to get the message out there. And, but that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there that, I told the team today, I said, listen, I don't want to cross the finish line and get there and all of a sudden deliver something and there's all these kinks and problems or this or that, just because, technology is, as with our last, and even now having to reconnect and trying to get, it's just that part of, the
life right now. Things take a little bit longer. And
all that said, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just letting you know that I made a decision, and I appreciate the support and the love from the team that they would follow my lead on that. And we're going to launch June. So we're going to give ourselves 1 week to really go through everything. But I tell you what, it is going to be worth the wait. I mean, this freaking website is so cool.
June 8th, Pride Month.
Yes. And going to be a very prideful.
So many cool things, you guys. I know we keep saying that, but so many cool things. I'm really excited.
We'll definitely be doing our live again next Monday and stuff, and then it'll be one more Monday. So it's 2 Mondays from today, and you're going to experience something just like you're experiencing now. It's something so brilliant. And I can honestly say that with all confidence that you are just going to be so excited. Make sure if you can, like there's free membership, and that free membership is it's really simple. CreateChange.me/register. There are obviously different pay level stuff, but we're not worried about that stuff. We never are. It's like we just want you to come and be a part of what we're doing. That's it. So we're not sitting here trying to sell you guys stuff. That's not what we're about. If we're selling you one thing, it's be the best you can be, and that's it. So come join us, and not just on socials but on the site, and come be a part of what we're doing, because June 8th is going to be a rockin' month. We got so many things. Dare I say, in July. Actually, we'll start a little bit in June, but in July we'll be going to the Twitch platform for sure. I know. Angela's probably like, "What? Don't tell them that yet." But it's really cool stuff we're gonna be doing with live streaming on there as well, but also doing some gaming and talking and hanging out.
You're so great. Anyways, guys, you're fantastic. Get up here. You guy, you. I think I injured him further. Anyways, guys, we love you.
Yes.
Cindy, we love you. Thank you so much for putting up with us for like 2 children that you just have.
It's my pleasure.
You guys are awesome, and I'm going to make sure that this man stays safe.
Yep.
And, we're mindful of...
I'll still be creating music, just not with my guitar.
No.
So.
Oh, speaking of which, he's got some cool stuff brewing. I'm really excited. And I get to hear it first because the studio is in our bedroom. So I hear it all the time first. Anyways.
All right.
Well, you guys made our days. You made a lot of people's days, so thank you guys. Stay safe and know you're loved.
Questions coming, and we will see you guys on Monday. And let's get ready for this to-do list. It's going to be a fun one, so I'm very excited about it.
All right, guys.
We love
you. Take care.
You guys.